So, stuff we discussed obviously last week in terms of your setup, in terms of your setup. Again, that's a little bit of spine to staying behind the ball. I would definitely say you're doing that better. There's still a tendency for you to want to kind of lean on the shot to your right side a bit more than you want to, which I think in your mind is sort of giving it a bit of a oomph and giving it a whack, which is, to be fair enough, we all do the same sort of thing. So it's not as if it's a disaster, but now you're swinging better. We're able to sort of stay behind the ball a bit more. I think in terms of setup, you've got your weight a bit too far on your tippy toes, sort of leaning forward, quite a bit sort of tilt over the golf ball, which then made it very difficult to rotate. Because you couldn't rotate, your hands now on the takeaway would then go very much outside, and as the club gets kind of this position here now, the club's already come behind you, and the club face now facing up the sky. It's just you've taken your forearms and basically rotated your forearms effectively kind of clockwise a lot. Well, then you've got to unrotate your forearms anti-clockwise to try to get the club back to the golf ball. It will work occasionally, but the problem is with the path that you're being created by with the club whipping in here is going to be that way. So the ball either goes over here and stays there, or it goes over here, or you might time it correct and the ball goes back to target, but it's just 6 to 1 after the end. You might get it right. For consistency standpoint, it's not really going to work, okay? So, and as you then take the golf club back a little bit flat, then you're trying to redirect the golf club back here now. There's that kind of lean on the golf ball. The club now is coming from a bit too far behind. You're whipping the hands over, and then the last thing is, don't whip the hands too much, and you're sort of holding the club face really high, like almost like a cricket defensive shot, and off to the left it goes, all right? You look at this movement here now. That was that there. Sort of this is good, and then your hands sort of drop a bit underneath this way, so it's not too bad there. But the club now at this stage is outside the hands, okay? If I'm being honest, that's probably too much. But I'd rather see you show the ability you can do that than whip it too far inside. Obviously, if we look at the position you're at, the sweet spot would kind of be there for the golf club. You did have it here. You've then done it here. The green line would be kind of perfect or somewhere in the middle there, okay? But at the top of the backswing now, the club's got a bit more upright, okay? As we then come back down, we can unwind. Good strike of the golf ball. Look what the difference in your follow through is now. That looks like someone trying to hit the golf ball to target, not kind of hang on, hold on to the club, and in some ways fight a golf club that's not really working for you. You've got this metal stick that's whizzing around your head, all this spin like a wild dog on the end of a lead kind of thing, rather than just okay, there's my target, here's my takeaway, and then swing through under balance. And again, you see the flight of the golf ball there now. More towards that white line, was a decent strike on the golf ball. You're just sending off just left the line and a nice little draw back. The weight now is moving round into this heel, Now, if you hit too much and you go too far back this way, you saw with one shot, you just basically flip it behind you and you hit a big old hook to the right. Again, no good. But if we can get that sensation of where that body weight's going to be and how that club's going to work back, at least now the club is kind of working back in a more direct line this way, as opposed to kind of whipping in here, sort of coming back over. And just, again, there's so many variables with that sort of method. You've got a part of your swing that's going to send the ball way to the left, a part of the swing that's going to send the ball way to the right, a part of a swing with a follow through sending it way to the left. And it's just 3 wrongs making a right. When they make a right, it's a decent shot. And that's the frustration you get. Oh, a great shot, that's really good. And the next one goes, where's that come? How can it be so different? But if you're trying to rely on so many different moving parts to click, some good, some bad, So get that takeaway working back there better, okay? This, for me, as I say, is a little bit too far on the outside, as in the hands there. The club is too far outside. However, you did have it too far on the inside. There's the club there now. So there's your hands, the green line here, okay? Where the club was is the red. There. About there somewhere. We want it on the blue. Somewhere about there. So just practice with that. But you just see the difference in your arm position, really. If I clear all these lines here now, just a difference in your arms and your chest. I mean, that looks more like, okay, my arms are here, it's set up, I can turn my torso. My arms are not kind of like, okay. Like I said, the arms are doing the job because the body being a bit out of balance to start with didn't really want to move that much. So therefore, you weren't able to move. As a result of that, you had to find a substitute to move the golf club back, and these things became the sort of the secondary thing. So make sense then, good stuff. It went very good. It was good progression in terms of the strikes there, some good shots there. Like I say, it's just bringing that dispersion in now and just get the club working a bit more kind of direct to target, not way on the inside and opening up and have to try and do something on the way down. Otherwise, a lot of timing, a lot of speed that's not going to work consistently. Okay, buddy?
Good
stuff.
Brilliant.